What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and welcome to the second episode of the First Down Training Show. Today we're going to be rating some 7-on-7 outfits, probably some of the dumbest outfits that I've ever seen. We're going to talk a little bit about 7-on-7 and just the culture that it's created. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl, how I was dead wrong on my Super Bowl pick. Like, actually the polar opposite thing happened that I thought was going to happen. We're going to talk about Josh Allen winning the MVP, and then we're going to be going over 3 questions that you guys posted in the comment section from episode 1 of our First Down Training Show. So let's get into it, you guys. All right, so most people know that I am not the biggest fan of 7-on-7. I think a lot of what 7-on-7 has turned into is a little bit ridiculous, especially what some of these athletes wear. So we're gonna be going over some different outfits that were sent to me and just kind of giving my rating and my honest feedback on it, because I think a lot of this stuff is just very, very dumb, you guys, if I'm being totally honest. So we'll get into it. So first outfit that we're going over here, this is just simple, like I would say just, you know, Pit Viper sunglasses on, sleeves, gloves, a lot of neon. I'm okay with this one, you guys. And who am I to tell you what you can and can't wear? But I feel like sometimes you got to be held accountable for certain things, especially if we're playing football. But I think this is fine. I think the Pit Vipers is something that a lot of people like to wear, a lot of kids like to wear. I don't get it, to be 100% honest with you. Maybe it's because I have like really bad vision, but I've never been one to want to wear glasses, a visor, especially Pit Vipers, while I'm playing any type of athletic sport. I want things to be as clear as possible. But for the Pit Vipers, I mean, I'd probably give this like a 7.5 if I'm going to be rating this on a scale of 1 to 10. Now let's get to outfit number 2. So this is the dumb stuff I'm talking about, you guys. This guy has, I don't know if that's a Rey Mysterio mask, or I don't know if that's like a Batman mask. I don't know what it is, but there is no purpose whatsoever for you to wear a mask like that in a football setting. Now, I've seen some dumb things, believe me, I've seen a lot of dumb things when it comes to 7-on-7. Anytime I go to a tournament, probably 90% of the tournament is guys who are just there to get better and guys who just want to play football. But then there's that 10% that you see, which is this example right here. And I'm not trying to bag on this kid, I know he's a kid, but that 1, it doesn't even make sense. Like 2, that can't be comfortable. You're probably sweating your ass off when you're wearing that thing. And 3, you just look dumb. Like imagine, you better be really good if you're gonna wear that mask, because imagine getting taken deep on like a 9 route and you get burned, touchdown scored, and you're wearing a Batman mask or a Rey Mysterio, whatever that is. So just, you don't wanna be that guy if you're gonna wear that mask. Like I said, who am I to tell you what you can and can't wear? But if you're gonna wear that mask, you better have like 10 D1 offers and you are winning every single rep. You cannot lose a rep when you wear something like that. So if I'm rating this, I'm probably getting like a 2.3, I would say, on a scale of 1 to 10, but don't be the guy that wears those masks. At least make it make sense, okay? All right, so next outfit here. I don't really know what to say about this one. I don't know if it's like a Woody Toy Story thing he's going for, or if it's like just like an old Western theme that he's going for. I'm not mad at it. Like it can't be comfortable, you guys. Like, I don't know what happened to the days of where we're playing sports and we want to be comfortable and we don't want to sweat our ass off while we are playing. So like me personally, like even in 11-on-11, like when I'm wearing pads, helmet, like I'm trying to wear as little clothes underneath as possible because I don't want to be sweating and I don't want to be uncomfortable the whole time, right? So like that's when we're in 11-on-11 pads, because you're wearing pads and a helmet, right? So in 7-on-7, I'm trying to just wear like a tank top and just like regular shorts, cleats, probably ankle socks. I'm not even a high socks guy because I want to be comfortable, you guys, and I don't want to look, I was going to say I don't want to look like an idiot. I'm not going to say that, but I want to be comfortable. And this does not look like it's comfortable. It looks like he's wearing like a shirt that he would wear to church, and I don't know what he's going for with the vest here, but I would probably rate this like for effort, probably give him like a 5.6. I give him a 5.6 for the effort. I appreciate the effort, but just not my typical style. All right, so this is a good one. Now, this outfit here, the one thing, again, and this isn't that bad, I would probably rate this like a 7.8. I think this is solid. Like the single leg sleeve, I think looks good. The cleats match. You know, he's got some dad socks on. That's, if I'm just being real, like, you know, like you gotta wear the ankle socks with the tights, or you gotta wear the high like soccer socks with the tights, in my opinion. I don't know if you get away with wearing those dad mid socks if you ask me personally, but I think this is fine. I'm not gonna hate on that. But the towel. we have to talk about the towel. The Gatorade towel is one of the most abused towels, or overused towels, I should say, in the entire 7-on-7 world game of football. This isn't even that bad. I think this is acceptable. You know, the towel goes down to his hamstrings, like back of his knees. I think that's acceptable. I think that's totally fine length. But I've seen some guys where that towel goes down to like damn near the back of their calves or their Achilles. That has to stop. It looks like a piece of toilet paper, you guys. Like, it looks like you were in the bathroom and doing your business, and the toilet paper, you forgot to clean up the toilet paper, you're walking around, it's hanging down off your leg. That's what it looks like, all right? So let's make it a pact right now in the football world to not have the Gatorade towel be that long. Let's have the Gatorade towel be an acceptable length. And if we can get an acceptable length with the Gatorade towel, I have no issues. I have no problem. The towel is there. I get it. It's for the look. It's for the drip. Nobody ever actually even uses a towel unless you're a quarterback and you have sweaty hands. You're a quarterback and you have dry hands and you put water on it. That's the only time a towel is actually used other than the way it looks. And I was a guy, I wore a towel too, you guys. I hardly used it. I mean, I would cheat a little bit and put some pine tar on the towel, so I'd wipe my hands, get a little stick. I mean, like, again, they put tons of stick and wax on the football, so why can't I do that with my towel? That's just my mindset. As a shorter guy, you tend to try to do what you can to get the edge on everybody. But again, let's get back on track. Can't have the towel go down to your ankles or your Achilles. So like I said, probably like a 7.6. I think it's totally fine. Just let's be realistic about the towel, you guys. Okay, so now, next here. This is what I hate about 7-on-7, this outfit right here. He's got a red ski mask. Red ski mask, and like, it's by Battle, and I love Battle. Don't get me wrong, Battle's great. I freaking love everything Battle does, but the ski mask has got, there's no place for it, you guys. One, it's not comfortable. Like, granted, in the background of this picture, it looks like it might be a little bit cold. Fair. Nothing's that cold. Like, I've been in cold weather before. Like, we've had camps in New Jersey, and it's been like 20 degrees, wind chill makes it feel like 9. I never felt the urge to put on a ski mask. Like, did I feel the urge to maybe make my sweatshirt a little bit tighter, maybe wear, like, what do you call it, like a gaiter type thing? Yeah, maybe, but not a full-fledged ski mask like I'm gonna rob a convenience store down the street. So this is the stuff that I hate. I'm telling you, like, I can't stand the ski mask look. Like, the all red doesn't look bad. I'll give him props for that. But I would say this is probably like a 4.7. Just like, you remove the ski mask and that's like an 8. It looks great. It's all red, good team, like whatever. But guys, let's get rid of the ski masks. It doesn't even make sense. Like, it really doesn't make it make sense. It does not make sense to wear a ski mask in a sporting event. Like, what are you doing? Like, robbing the event? Like, I like stealing the game? I don't get it. So that's why I say that's why this is a low rating for me. Okay, that's just me. This is me personally. Maybe I'm old school, but that's just me personally. All right, last outfit here. This is fine. This like kind of like this type of ski mask or like gator looking thing. I think this is acceptable because it doesn't look like he's gonna rob a store. It just looks like it might be really cold. But if it's not cold, like it doesn't, again, it doesn't make sense. Like, we know what you're doing. We know you're wearing it just to look a certain way. So I give this like a 7.2. Maybe I'm being harsh with the grading today. Like, and again, like, who am I to tell you what to wear? This is just my opinion. But what I will say is this is acceptable if it's cold weather. If it's not cold weather, I feel the exact same about this as I do the ski mask, okay? And I think that's it for the outfit. So yes, guys, so now we're gonna get into some stories, some current events. We're gonna talk Super Bowl. We're gonna talk about Josh Allen winning the MVP. But before we do that, you guys, if you are a quarterback or wide receiver watching this video, we host a series of training camps all across the country every single year. And now we have 11 more training camps this off season. We're gonna be coming out to Austin, Texas. Then after Austin, Texas, you guys, I'm going to Las Vegas, Nevada, Seattle, Washington, Chicago, Illinois, Newark, New Jersey, Birmingham, Alabama, Houston, Texas, Boston, Massachusetts, Columbus, Ohio, Boise, Idaho, and then our last camp this year will be in Los Angeles, California. So guys, if you're local to any one of those cities, we'd love to have you out to one of our 2-day-long training camps. This is for youth players, high school players, older than high school players. We take everybody because it's about development. It's not an exposure camp, not a 7-on-7 camp. It's trying to get you better. So guys, if you want to sign up for one of our camps, go to that very first link in the description below. We're filming this in February, and guys, I'm telling you right now, all of our camps will be sold out by probably mid-March. Everything will be gone. We will not be taking any signups, so make sure you take advantage of us having available spots right now. So again, guys, very first link in that description below. So let's get into some stories. So First things first, the Super Bowl. I hope you didn't take my advice last week and bet money on the Chiefs. I know I did, and I'm retired from gambling now because I bet everything that I had in the account. I'm not an idiot. Like, I set aside a certain amount every year that I gamble with, and I've been good. Like, probably 5 years ago, I put like $1,000 aside. I'm going to gamble with that, and that's that. And I've had a good run, but I lost it all in the Chiefs. So again, I thought it was a good bet. Thought Mahomes wasn't going to lose. Didn't think the Eagles defense was going to do what they did. Granted, my prediction was half true, okay? I said that they would be able to stop Saquon Barkley and they would win. They stopped Saquon Barkley, but the Eagles stopped Mahomes, like, bad. Like, that was probably the worst game I've ever seen Mahomes play. They had one good play on offense. Like, the touchdown to Worthy, yeah, that was a good play. Other than that, they had one good play, and it was the very first play they ran. They ran an RPO, and it was a beautiful RPO, and I thought, wow, okay, cool. I feel safe. My bet's good. Like, whenever Mahomes starts fast, he always finishes good, and they always end up with a win. It's hard to beat that guy. He could not get in a freaking rhythm. And then the Eagles, they're only rushing 4 people, and they're getting pressure on him literally every single snap. So props to the Eagles. Jalen Hurts is a great dude. It's not like I was rooting. I mean, if I was cool if the Eagles won, obviously when you have money on the game, you're going to root for the team that you put money on. So that one stung a little bit. It was a tough Sunday for me. But I will say props to the Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts definitely deserves it. Saquon Barkley deserves it. A.J. Brown, Sirianni, the head coach, definitely deserves it. So pretty boring game. I think if you were watching that just as like a football fan who isn't really like a football X's and O's guy or whatever, it's a pretty boring game, pretty boring Super Bowl. It always sucks when it's a boring Super Bowl, but for the most part, solid football all around from the Eagles. Now, let's talk about Josh Allen. So Josh Allen wins the MVP. You know, this is at least my opinion. Like, everybody says that it's a quarterback award, right? And like, you know, you want to pick the best quarterback generally wins that award. I thought Joe Burrow was the best quarterback in the NFL this year. Like, maybe, I know he won comeback player of the year, but like, I didn't know that I literally didn't know this until last week. Like, Joe Burrow led the league in passing yards and passing touchdowns. So, like, that's what the quarterback position is about. Granted, he's not on a good team. Well, they're good, obviously, they're in the NFL. But, like, he's not on the caliber team of the Bills or the Ravens. So, I think that played into it. A lot of people were saying Lamar should have won the award. I don't disagree with that. I think giving it to Josh Allen, though, was a good call. Just because I think the amount of improvement that he's made from last year to this year is very, very impressive. I think he became a much better passer. He's not turning the ball over as much as what he was. Like, because a year ago, like, you never knew what you were getting with Josh Allen. You're either going to get 5 TDs, 400 yards passing, or you're going to get 5 picks, 120 yards passing. And it's tough to play in Buffalo. I get it. The conditions out there suck. But Josh Allen, I thought, deserving of the award. I thought it could have gone to those 3 guys. I mean, but if we're talking about valuable players based on stats, I think Joe Burrow gets it. That's just me. Now, granted, he's not as much of a runner as Lamar Jackson. He's not as much of a runner, or maybe as much of a dual threat as Josh Allen, if you want to say it like that. So I get the argument. Some people thought Saquon maybe should have won it. I could see that argument as well. But congrats to Josh Allen. Well deserved. I think he needed something after the season that they put together out there in Buffalo, and especially coming up short to the Chiefs on a couple bad calls. So I think he definitely deserved that. Okay. All right, you guys, let's get into some of your questions. So these were questions that were left under our video last week, episode 1 of our First Down Training show. So first question here is from Tokyo Draws 9491. Okay, so he asks, hey coach, I have a question. How can I keep a spiral when throwing 15 to 20 yards? I have this problem where I can't throw far spirals and everything break down when I throw farther. So when you're throwing like a deep pass, I think a lot of the times, like, everybody knows with like a spiral, what it comes down to is like a lot of like your grip and your wrist flick, right? So if I'm gripping a football right now, I want to have a gap between my palm and the ball. I want to apply a little bit more pressure on the ball with my index finger, so it's the last finger to touch the ball. That's my spiral finger. And then when I release the ball, I want to try to take the top of my thumb and turn it down and like out. That's the wrist flick that we want. Now, notice how I didn't mention hands on the laces. Everybody knows probably the classic football grip, but Some people have a different grip, so it's not the end of the world, but that's ultimately where you want to get to. Now on a deep ball, what can affect your wrist and maybe cause it to break a little bit is you will have a very long stride. So you're set up in your base and you take this really big step with your front foot, so your feet are wide, your hips kind of lock out, you pop up, and that might cause you to push the ball. So I would say it might not have anything to do with your hand or your flick. Try to get your front foot down into the ground a little bit faster, and I think that will help you out, okay? And guys, if you're watching this and you have questions that you want to ask me and you want to be featured on our next episode, guys, just post them in the comment section below. I literally go through, it takes me probably 2 hours a day. I read everybody's comment on every single video that we upload. And I get back to you guys as fast as I possibly can. But if you want to be featured on our next video, guys, post comments below on this video. Like, we take the comments from those shows specifically and want to feature it because we want to give back to the guys that support this show and watch, okay? So now, let's get into question number 2. Question number 2 from Napoleon the Fourth. I want to say that's what that is. He says, I'm a 5'10", 13.4 years old. I don't know if you might be counting the months a little too much there, but I'll call it 13 and a half. I'll pretend it was a typo. And 13 and a half years old, I weigh 179. Geez, you're a big 13-year-old. Could I play free safety in grade 9 as a freshman? My speed is slow, but I'm working on it. I want to lose some weight. Is it possible? Probably be 5'11" by tryouts. Yeah, dude, I think you got great size for 13 years old. I would say at 13, you're probably built a little bit bigger than a safety, but you know what you need to work on just based off of this comment. You got to work on your speed, and you got to lose a little bit of weight. I would say you should probably shoot for like 150 and try to be like a leaner 150 and definitely get faster. So I mean, like 3 things you could do to improve your speed would probably be like 1, resistance training. So, you know, attaching a sled to you and running with a sled, attaching a resistance band, you have a partner hold it, a parachute, running up stairs, running up hills, all those things will ultimately help you with your speed. Number 2, running form. So go get a speed coach, dude. I don't know where you live, but you know, in a lot of different markets across the country, there's tons of people that offer athletic training, and going to different athletic trainers might help your speed, your foot strike, and just general athleticism, right? And then number 3, I would say, is get in the gym. You know, like you're in the gym and you're trying to lose weight, good, but don't neglect like explosive movements. So box jumps, Olympic lifts. You know, you're young, you're 13, so just working on form with those, but like you might get some benefit out of joining a CrossFit gym because that's where they do all explosive movements and you learn about form, learn about Olympic lifts, and that will really help you with explosiveness, which will translate to speed. And then obviously with weight loss, you just got to make sure you're eating right. Something I could recommend to you that will help you drop weight fast. This helped me lean out. Like I remember when I was done playing football, my goal was I always needed to gain weight. I was always undersized. I was a senior in high school and I was like 160 pounds and I got to 175, close to 180 my senior year, or that was junior year going into senior year. So that off season I gained almost 20 pounds, I want to say. And obviously, like, you know, it's not all going to be lean muscle mass right off the bat, but I remember when I was done playing when I was in college, what I did to lean out, because I got really, really lean, and it wasn't necessarily I lost weight, but I lost a lot of fat, was I stopped eating things that came in a wrapper. So like if you like, you know, for example, like let's say if for like lunch, instead of me eating, you know, like a sandwich, which is 2 pieces of white bread that come in a wrapper, and you know, like and eating like a bag of chips maybe, or eating like, you know, like a little like cookie bag or something like that. All that stuff's processed, like it's garbage, it's not good for you. You want to eat things that don't come in a wrapper and that are single ingredient food. So chicken, potatoes, rice, like single ingredient foods are not processed and probably the best thing that you can eat to help you lean out, okay? So I hope that helps, man. Thanks for asking that question. All right, next question from ZXQT131. I know who this is. I've talked to him before on here, guy. I appreciate the support, man. Seriously, I always appreciate you commenting on the videos. I always try to respond to you as quick as I can, as best as I can. He asked, Coach, do you think I could still get offers from El Capitan? That's a high school, for those of you that don't know, small area school, and absolutely, like the size of your school doesn't dictate if you could play college football or not. Now, again, it's easier to get offers if you go to the big schools. Like if you go to the Mater Deis, the St. John Boscos, you know, like the Bergen Catholics on the East Coast, like all the big high schools definitely get more eyeballs, get more exposure. Coaches have more connections, so it's important. But if you're a small school and you could showcase on film that you can play and you can ball out, you could still get recruited to play at the next level. Now, it's a little bit more challenging. You got to promote yourself. If your coach isn't well connected, you got to get on social media. On X is the best platform to do it. Make a profile, upload your film, reach out to college coaches, attend college camps, and if you do all those things, that can start building a profile for yourself, and coaches will come to your school because of you. You know what I mean? So it's definitely possible, dude. You just got to keep working, got to keep improving your skills and show that you are a college level player, and I think that will help. Well, all right, guys, thank you for tuning into this episode. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.